Your trainer for today is Hafiz Rahman. Hafiz is our digital media executive from Pixel Studio, TDS. Most of you will have seen some of the videos produced by Pixel Studio, and most of it will be done by Hafiz and Rayan. Without further ado, let's start the webinar session. And I hand over the session to Hafiz, who will spend around 30 minutes going through the basic functions of Adobe Spark and show you some of those useful examples which you can use for your own work. Okay, so have fun, relax, enjoy, and enjoy the learning. Okay, all yours, Hafiz.
Okay, so hi everyone. Welcome to another webinar hosted by Pixel Studio Academy. So today's topic will be about Spark Post by Adobe and how you can use it to come up with your own EDMs, social media posts, and so on. So what is Adobe Spark? So Adobe Spark is an integrated suite of media creation apps for both web and mobile interfaces. They include the following programs: Spark Page, which is for web design, Spark Posts for EDMs and social media posts, and Spark Video, an online video editing program. So it is developed by Adobe Systems, the same folks who brought you household names such as Photoshop and Lightroom. So y'all might already know these names, Photoshop and Lightroom. And then it was released in May 2016 and is made for iOS, macOS, Windows, and Android. So you can use this with your iPhones, your iPads, and your Android devices, and so on and so forth. You can create effective and stunning visual stories and designs such as wedding invitations, Instagram stories, and publicity materials for library programs, such as in our case. You can consider using Spark Post because you do not need to have any prior experience to use Spark Post, as there will be a whole host of templates that you can choose from and modify to make it your own. It is easy to use as design elements are added on the fly. And if you so wish, you can come up with your own design from scratch as well. You can choose from a variety of layouts that they have provided. The program also has tasteful color palettes for you to choose from to ensure a pleasing and harmonious look. There's also choice typography that can be used to convey your message. You also have the ability to collaborate, to share it with others so that they can work on it too. And the best thing of all, it doesn't cost a thing to sign up for Spark Post. All you need to have is a Google account, your Gmail. Okay, if you can see my screen, right? Okay, so when you're first signed in, you will be presented with this main page. So from the start, you will be able to see this portion, right? So from this portion, you are presented with templates of works that you can make use of to start working on your idea. So first thing you're gonna ask yourself is, what are you gonna be working on? What's the story that you want to tell? So is it an Instagram story? Is it an Instagram post? Or is it a photo collage? And if you so wish, you see here, there's a custom size option, which you can use to create your custom size document. So for demonstration purposes later, we'll be creating an Instagram story. Okay, so below that, we have the gallery of projects that you are currently working on or projects that others have already shared with you for a collaborative effort. So you can see that there's already stuff there that I worked on previously. But do note that for collaborative projects, right, only one person may access the document at any one time. So when you're sharing projects, you gotta bear this in mind. Let's move on to the portion on the left. If you're someone who consistently churns out EDMs and such, you can also store your own branding as assets to ensure consistency across your projects. Let's just click this. Okay, so like I said, these can be applied to your projects as you see fit for current and future projects. So let's create a brand. Okay, so you are brought to this page. If you're an existing logo or multiple logos like we do, like for example, our NLP logo or the NES logo and things like that, you can upload and store them into this branding library as well. And like I said, these can be applied in your future works or your current works. You also have the ability to store your own desired color palette. So you have a certain color palette in mind that you really love, you can store them in the same manner, just as you would for the logo. And for our case, for NLB's case, we do have our corporate colors. So you can make use of the corporate colors and store them in this branding library. And also the same also holds true for fonts. If you have your own fonts that's not found in Spark post, you can upload them as well in the .ttf formats. So like with the logos, right, and colors, we also have our own corporate font which is Helvetica. So just to show you, I already created our NLB branding library. So as you can see, I have here 3 logos, 3 versions of it, our corporate colors, and also our corporate font. So with that out of the way, let's proceed on to start up a project. So for demonstration purposes today, we shall be doing an Instagram story. So we just highlight this and click. Okay, once that's started up, right, you'll be greeted with this blank canvas. So like I said, if you don't have any exact design ideas in mind, you don't have to worry, because if you look to the right, notice that there's a panel to the right with existing templates that you can make use of as a starting point. So you can scroll down, you can see there's quite a number of templates that they have for you to start with. And for example, if you don't see something that catches your eye, you can even insert in keywords in this search field over here with something that you have in mind, like maybe let's put in like something like birthday. And then all the birthday related stuff appears. Let's try something else. Let's say library. And then you have all these things. So for demonstration purposes, let's go with this city library. So you just click it and then it will be loaded on. Okay, so now we can proceed to add stuff to our designs. If you mouse over to the right, you will see this plus icon with the word add. Then let's just press add. And then you'll notice that you are presented with 4 options: text, photo, icon, and logo. So for text, let's just click it. So when you click on text, you will be presented with these templates. So you can make use of these current type templates that is provided to you here, or you can come up with your own from scratch, which is add your text. And then after that, you can change. So once you've added in all these text templates, right, you can change the alignments, font size, and such as you normally would with other programs. So let's, for example, let's just add in this. Or let's just try something else. Add your text. Let's say library EDM. And then from here, you can change the color. Let's say, let's change this to white. Yes. Okay. So for the next part, to the right of text, you have the photo tab. So you can add in photos as you wish as well. So you can add in photos from multiple sources. For example, you already have a bank of photos stored somewhere in your Google Drive. So what you can do is you can link up Spark posts with your Google Drive. This option down here, and then you can proceed to retrieve the images stored in your Google Drive. So for today's demonstration, let's upload a photo from the desktop. So let's pretend that legendary superstar Cher is coming to our library to give a storytelling session. So we're gonna be doing an EDM post featuring her. So this is how you insert in an image. So notice that on the right, if you click the image, you'll be presented with several options. You can flip it vertically, you can flip it horizontally, just like how you can in other programs such as Microsoft PowerPoint and things like that. You can crop. And you can remove the background and you can replace the image. If let's say you're not satisfied with this image, you can replace it with another one. So you can add, the next part is you can add icons as well. Because when you do infographics, you will use a lot of icons. So let's click it and see what we have. So as you can see that we already have like quite a number of icons that is shown that you can make use of. So just like the template, if you have a specific icon that you think that you want, you can type it in the search field and then it will pop up. Like say we would like to find something about books. You'll be presented with all of the icons that pertains to the search term book. So you can scroll down and see which one is it that you would like. Let's say we'll take this one. And then you can place it anywhere we want. So like before, you can click the icon, you can change the color. Let's say that you don't like this the color of the icon. So you go over to color, and then you can change it to any way you want. Let's say white, or red, orange, blue. Okay. So let's say we'll just go with this. Let's say that you've already scrolled through the icon library of Spark post, but then you did not find anything that exactly fits your requirements. So what you can do is, I'm sure some of you may know that there's already out there on the internet of some websites that provides you free vector files or logos or icons that you can download, and then you can even bring that into this work of yours as well. I've searched for a icon or vector file earlier on for demonstration purposes. So to do that, you can click on photo, upload photo, and then let's click this and insert it. And there you go. And because some of you might know that PNG files, the background is already naturally empty. So that's why you don't need to remove the background in this case, because the background is already empty. Then you can move it around. You can turn it, and you can resize. Okay. So moving on, the last bit of the plus sign, we have the logo. So what does that mean? Yeah, this is where you go to insert in your logos that you've created earlier. So for example, if I click branding, you will see that there's already an NIV logo already waiting for me, which is my primary logo. So if I click it, it will appear. There you go. Okay, so for this one, maybe I would want to use something that's white. So I have that. There's just my two other logos are here. Let's just click it, and there you go. You can resize it. You can move it anywhere you wish, as per your design requirements. Okay, the next one I want to talk about is colors. So one good thing about Spark Post is that you are provided with a whole host of tasteful color palettes that you can make use of in your designs. So if you click it, you will be presented with this screen. So as you know that certain colors complement each other. So those of you are artistically inclined, you would know this. So a mark of a good design is when all the colors in your design come together well and are harmonious with each other to give a pleasant design or look. So here you are presented with several themes of colors such as decorative, modern, bold, elegant, and things like that. So within all these several categories, right, you have plenty of color choices or color palettes to fit the look that you want. Let's just click it and it will just load itself. So notice that when I click it, my font color has changed. So the next one I'll be talking about is the layout tab. So what can you do over here? So at the layout tab, you're given the choice to change the layouts as you wish, whenever you please. So when I click a certain layout, it will change. And so on and so forth. So when your layout has changed, you can also proceed to change the other elements in your design, such as your photos and your text, your icons, so on and so forth. Let's move our NLB logo over here. And then our font, let's change the color to white. Let's just change to share storytelling session. Then let's just put it here. So over at the layout section, you can even add in borders if you so wish, if your design calls for it. So if that's the case, then you can fit in. You have that option as well to add in borders and things like that into your design as you change the layout. Okay, the next one I'm going to talk about is the resize tab. During the design process, you feel that your canvas is too small. So you realize that, oh, this is too small or too big or whatever. You can change it up as well. So when you click the resize button, you are presented with this with a whole host of other templates that you can make use of. So when you mouse over, you'll be given the exact dimensions of the design that you're mousing over. So this one is Instagram post, 1:1 post, which is 1080 by 1080. And then you have your Instagram stories, which is on reflective of the phone resolution, which is 1080 by 1920. You have your Facebook posts, 1200 by 628, Pinterest, LinkedIn, Snapchat story, Twitter, whatever. You also have your traditional mediums of media, which is your letter, your poster, card, A5, A4, whatever. You also have your social profiles, such as your Facebook cover photo. You have your YouTube channel art. You have your Twitch banner, and the list goes on. So let's say that you want to change it to something that is not listed here. You can do so by going up to the top, and then there's a custom section which you can enter your own size. So if you have a specific dimensions that maybe your vendor wants you to provide them and things like that, you can do so here. So once you set in your own desired resolution, you can click done, and then it will change. Okay, so once you're done with all this designing, right? Once you're done with all of that, you can do the following. So let's mouse over to the top part of this the window. If you click download, you can download your works as either PNG, JPEG, or PDF files. So PNG and JPEG are your typical formats for photo files. And then if you want to send stuff for printing, you can also do so by clicking on the PDF option. And then once you've once you've clicked your desired format that you want to download as, then you just start download, and then it will download. So you can just open it up. Okay, so this is our finished product. So you can see that it's easy as that to come up with your own designs. All you need is your creativity and your requirements and things like that. I think we can move on to the questions and answer section.
There's one question by JY Chen.
The suggested template for EDMs, I think it's actually up to you. I think there's no hard and fast rule on that as far as I know. But I think if it were me, I would do it as A4 to begin with, as a suggested template.
So usually, Hafiz mentioned, yes, you can start out with an A4 size or even smaller. Then you have to, once you download, ideally the file size should not be too big lah. Not more than 1 meg lah, because you're gonna send out to 1,000 people in NLB. You know, most probably gonna jam up, you know, the network if you send out of 6 MB file, you know, because you're gonna have your text and you're gonna insert your picture and stuff like that. So like below 1 meg or smaller will be better. So you try it out, try the different format, because whatever you have created, you can also change the format. So if it's too big and once you save it as a JPEG or PNG, then you insert it in your email, then it's like, wow, it's too big. You need to resize 5, 10 times. That means the file is too big. Then you right click, check the properties. If it's more than like 800 or one megabyte, you go back and change the size and make it smaller. Because for digital files, we can work with small files as long as it's not too small that makes it pixelated and stuff like that. So it's fine. Yeah. Okay. So the rule of thumb: don't go beyond 1 meg. Yeah, you should have. Sometimes your EDM requires very long, right? So that's a guide lah. If it's just a small, maybe 300, 400 KB is good enough. Yeah, depends on what information you want to put inside lah. Yeah.
So the next question we have is from Engagement NLB. So the question is Spark only available by paid subscription? If you want to use, do we have to get approval to get an NLB account? So the answer to this is No, you do not need to pay. So like I mentioned earlier on, all you need to do to sign up is a Gmail account. Okay, so once you've signed up with your Gmail account, you are free to use Spark Posts and all the most of the features, except that there are some templates that are premium and paid, which you need to look out for. So there's some costs that goes into it if should you ever like choose to use such premium templates lah. So if you were to ask me, I think that's the only portion that you need to keep in mind as far as costing goes. But otherwise, it's mostly free.
Yeah, and to answer JY Chen's question, thank you. Sorry, can you recap how they set the A4 size? When you want to start the program, they will ask you to select a template and a size. Yeah, so that's how you start. In the beginning, they will ask you what size you want your project to be in. So if you're doing Facebook, just select the Facebook ones. You know, if you want to select A4, there's the A4 size. Just select the template first. Yeah.
So like I said, there's this button called resize that you can click, and then you scroll down, and then there's the A4 option. So when you click it, it will change. See? So it automatically resizes into a A4 size. Then after that you can move on to further refine your designs. Okay, so I forgot to mention one of this earlier on, the ability to share your designs with others so that they can work on it as well. So this icon here, you can click it. And then you can start inviting people to work on these designs. For example, I want to invite Indra. So I just type Indra, I think.
Yeah, then I will receive his invitation. I click accept, then I can edit whatever he has started. Yeah.
So you can insert in the, if you know the Gmail account that's linked to the Spark posts by the people that you are intending to collaborate with, they will appear here. So once you've clicked the name and then click invite to edit, and then they will receive a notification to accept the invite to collaborate, and then they can work from there onwards. Okay, so we move on to a question that's been around for some time. Hi PXS friends, I have a noob question as usual. How does Spark compare with other free online tools like Canva? Anything profoundly different? Recommendations as to when to use which tools? Thank you. And also this one has a similar question from Children and Teens NLB, which is, the question is Spark better than Canva? If anything, my answer would be it's down to personal preference, because the premise of both programs is the same, to come up with designs such as this. So I would say that each program has certain templates that the other doesn't that the other doesn't have lah. So I guess, like I said, it's just down to personal preference. But by and large, both programs, they are the same. They function the same, the same method. Okay, so the next one is Jayun Chen. Just notice the Adobe Spark watermark for non-paying accounts. Will it be unethical to crop it out?
So that one I can't answer you lah. So it's a ethical question, is up to you lah. But it's a free account. If you think you need to, you just use a portion of it, you decide. Yeah. Yeah.
But good for pointing it out. Thanks. Thank you very much. We learned something new also.
Then if you think yeah, it's not nice, it affects my design, then you can the alternative is use Canva lah. Yeah, that's one. Yeah. Because we try to share with you guys whatever that's out there that you guys can use, that's free, that it's easy to use. The important thing is easy to use, and for you, like within like minutes you can do something, So that's why we have this sharing. But we leave the decision up to you on which one that you're more comfortable of, and that suits your needs lah. So you decide.
Okay. The next one is from Engagement NLB. Is it only for 2D images, no videos? Let's see.
There's a video.
Yeah.
Spark, there's 3 versions, right? One is post, and the other one is also a video, right? But it's a simple editing tool. Yeah, yes. There's 3, right? Hafiz, maybe you want to re-emphasize the 3.
So all these programs come under the umbrella term, umbrella branding or package, if you will, as Adobe Spark. I mean, Yeah, Adobe Spark. So under this Adobe Spark, there's three other sub programs. So one of it is Adobe Page, I think. If you know, that one is for a web page, and then there's Adobe Spark for the which is Spark Post, which is what we're doing right now for EDMs and things like that. And then there's also what was the last one? Let me see. The last one is called Spark Video. So that
Video,
one
yeah,
is
it's a
like
video.
for lightweight online editing that you don't have to download into your machine to edit. So you can just do it online as well.
Yeah, but then again, there's also other tools which comes with your operating system, Android or iOS, which you can also use lah. So you can try it out. You can try it out. Yeah, yeah. See which one is easier and more convenient for you. Yeah.
So at this point of time, I would like to mention that one possibility of using Spark Post is the ability to create presentations and slideshows. But I've tried it out myself. And to be honest with you, I think I prefer a dedicated program such as Microsoft PowerPoint, which is something that we already know.
Familiar, right?
Because
Familiar.
even for me, there's a learning curve to it when it comes to a slideshow and presentation by Spark Post. It looks new, it looks different, yes, but be prepared to jump through a few hoops for you uh, to come up with something like a presentation. Okay, so let me share with you a few works that I've done previously, if there are no other questions, just to let you know the possibilities of Spark Post. So this, as you might have seen through my EDMs for this webinar. So this is what I came up with. So all these are icons, and then this one is our branding and things like that. So this is one possibility of what you can come up with Spark Post. And then the other one is, let's say if you want to do some designs for your videos, like if you work with us or other vendors and things like that, that you need to come up with some designs for videos, such as title cards and things like that. You can also do something like this. Let's see. This is Don Yo.
This is a title card for one of the projects that we're working with the NRN team. We get celebrities to promote reading and stuff like that.
So as you can see, as you can see, we have a branding here. We have our title, what the video is about, and this one is an icon of a Polaroid-esque picture, and then we just slip in a photo underneath to make it look like an actual Polaroid. And then once we're done, we download it and then export it out as a JPEG file, and then we can use it as an asset for other projects such as videos and presentations and things like that.
And just to mention, in terms of design, usually for us, our practice is sometimes we need inspiration. So if you want to do an EDM and stuff like that, spend some time to browse the internet, flip a magazine, get some inspiration on what type of layout do you want, where do you want to put your title, your branding, and how many folds you require or stuff like that. Basically, do your own research first to get inspiration. It's very hard sometimes to just open Spark or open Canva and start doing something. Of course, they have nice predefined templates for you to use and just change the text here and there. That will help us to do all these kind of things. But sometimes it's we really need to spend some time to like get some inspiration on the design. I know design is a bit subjective, but it's good to get some inspiration before we embark on a particular project, especially if it involves media arts creation. So that's it from us. I'd like to thank all of you for attending today's session, and thank you, Hafiz, for the great sharing, and the rest of Pixel Studio Academy who help us run this session. And I hope you guys have learned a few things. So to end this session, stay safe and take care. Pixel Studio signing out. Bye-bye. Take care.
Bye. Thanks, everyone.
Thank you.